Hey CFMA, this is Julie Pace with PSGM Law Firm, a lawyer for companies, and we're here to talk today about how do you deal with all these leaves of absences. ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act, Workers' Comp, and then regular discretionary paid leave or paid sick time off by a state that might require it. There's a lot of things to deal with today, and so you need to have people on your team who understand that. And the people in the field or supervisors can go and ask those questions because they don't always know when someone says, hey, this person can't work anymore because their kid is sick or they've just gotten some chemo treatments. What do? I need them to work. Should I just let them go? Should I keep them? What's available? So have a system, good issue spotting, teach all your first line supervisors and above to go to your designated person to deal with leaves of absence. We get so many charges of discrimination and lawsuits in this area where people don't understand what to do. And it is tricky. This is really hard stuff. And we've got some PowerPoints that give you some details about what is FMLA and who qualifies. It qualifies if you have 50 or more employees who work within a 75-mile radius with some other factors. So those are on the PowerPoints. So you should know what is available at your company. So ADA is going to pretty much always apply if you have 15 or more employees. Workers' comp is always there because you're required to have workers' comp coverage. FMLA is 50 or more employees. So that's just a few little basics. And then you have all the other discretionary unpaid leave that you give, or if you have a state paid sick time law, you got to follow that. So what do you have as your procedure? That's the key. People come to an HR person or a payroll or a general manager who's supposed to coordinate that. How long do you give people time off? One of the biggest issues we see as a problem is someone goes out on workers' comp and your company has handled that beautifully and they're now connected with their workers' comp liaison, but you never took them off the payroll or planned for how long they could be off the books. So for example, is it a good idea to leave someone on workers' comp for 1 year or 2 years? Maybe, maybe not. First, it depends on your state. Some states require you to keep them on the payroll. There are different rules like California. Other states, no, you would have them off the payroll in 2 or 3 months or after FMLA expires if that person qualifies for FMLA. So what does that mean to you? The first time someone's injured at work, you should look in your system to see, do they qualify for FMLA? And if they do and you have over 50 employees, you should be sending them a letter at the same time they're out on workers' comp that starts their FMLA time. Because FMLA is about a job guarantee. And what you don't want to have happen, and we see a lot happen, is someone's on workers' comp for 6 months or a year, and then next thing you know, you've replaced their position, you've moved on, they're out trying to get better and heal, but the problem is they now say, I'll take FMLA now after a year, and that means you had to guarantee their job, and you have to track that better, and that can be a problem. So pay attention to risk management. You want to, ADA is a little bit different, but on FMLA, that one we always tie with workers' comp and want to start that running at the same time concurrently. Or if people have a baby, FMLA applies, so they get 90 days or 12 weeks really. So those are all very normal systems to keep track of in payroll, which means your field has to also communicate when people are out. Now the third category is Americans with Disabilities Act, and there's a little summary about that in the PowerPoints. And that means no time is part of it, it's anything that helps them do their job. So ADA is about, can we accommodate the person with or without a reasonable accommodation to do the essential functions of the job? It can be anything, like if my shoulder hurts, maybe I need a stool to reach up on that machine. Maybe I need a hearing device on the phone because my hearing's going bad. ADA can be anything to think about whether something can assist to do the job that's supposed to be done. That's the goal of it. So ADA is a little bit different and it has a lot of flexibility. It's not a give them 2 weeks off like FMLA might be. So ADA is accommodation, FMLA is a time limit of 12 weeks that they get with guaranteed job. Workers' comp is whatever you're working with the workers' comp carrier. And then you have discretionary unpaid leave, and then you have paid sick time. So remember, there's a lot of categories, lot to think about, but letters are really important. Letters of what accommodation you're granting, how long people are out, and how you deal with their position while they're out. So lots of pitfalls here, lots of legal pitfalls. So please get help with that. Plan ahead, but don't ignore it, and don't let your people in the field not tell you when people are out for a specific reason. So hope that helps with some issue spotting, and thanks and have a great day.